In the Requirement Workspace, you can create three types of objects. You can add a requirement, a high-level requirement, or a folder using the plus sign on top of the tree. You can decide to synchronize your issues from GitLab as requirement in Squash. The configuration of the synchronization must be done in the administration workspace and will not be shown in this demo. When you have synchronized your issues from GitLab as requirement in Squash, then GitLab is the master of the data, the golden source. Squash only displays the information you have configured to sync from GitLab. If you modify a requirement on Squash, it won't be updated in GitLab and it will be erased from Squash during the next synchronization, as GitLab is the golden source. You can choose the way your GitLab issue will be synced in Squash, either by milestone, iteration, flat, or tree. Here, we chose to organize our requirements by milestone. Each folder in Squash is a milestone in my GitLab project, and inside I have the requirements linked to this milestone. This is a requirement synced from GitLab. On top of the page, I can read its name and its reference, which come directly from GitLab. Then I have a few capsules to give me important information about my requirement. Below the block information, first I can see that this requirement was synced with the three first fields here. Synchronized issue is a link to my GitLab ticket. Synchronization status and issue status tell me if my GitLab synchronization and the synchronization of my ticket are successful. Then I have regular Squash fields like ID, creation, modification, status, criticality, category, which can come from GitLab and can be mapped with values in Squash. Additionally, you have two fields here to let you know if this is a standard or a high-level requirement, and a plus to let you link this requirement to a high-level requirement. Custom fields can also be created to map to your requirement in Squash. Here I created several custom fields to display information from my GitLab issue. The information in those fields comes directly from GitLab through the synchronization. Finally, here we have the description of the requirements, which also come from GitLab. Below, you'll find coverage indicators about your requirement. The exact calculation are explained in the tooltip here. The next block gives you the opportunity to link one or several existing test cases to your requirement. To link a test case, you can click on the plus button on top of the table, which will open the library on the right. Then simply drag and drop the test case you want to link to your requirement. Or you can use the magnifying glass here to search for your test case. To remove a linked test case, just click on the minus sign at the end of the row you want to delete. Or you can also select one or several rows and use the minus sign on top of the table. Finally, the last block here is to link requirements together if needed. Use the plus sign to add one and a minus sign to remove one, just like we did for the test case. You've now seen the main information of a requirement, and you'll find the corresponding tab here. You have two additional tabs, one for modification history. This table will be updated only if the requirement has the status under review. And you have a table for known issues. This table will be updated when a bug is reported during the execution of a test case linked to this requirement. Finally, when an issue from GitLab is synchronized, I can visit the ticket through this link here. And in my GitLab ticket, I can see a comment has been added to the activity box. The comment in GitLab provides metrics about the testing status of the issue.